I was involved in the Optimal Health Program for employment about 6 months ago. I was actually stuck at that point of time in what I wanted to do and where I wanted to go. So I volunteered to be a part of the program and participate. I thought by actively participating gave me quite a lot of knowledge, not only for myself but also for other people, because other people would give their stories across and how they manage and how they deal with their own personal mental health issues.
In the program, I've found it is very much a caring and sharing environment, isn't it? And you end up as a very tight-knit group by the end of the program.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, when you first start, you've got to break the ice, and once you get that encouragement to talk and getting involved is really good, and also having a peer educator there as well, and being able to share their experiences gives encouragement to others to actively participate.
As a participant, how did you find the journal that we use in the program?
Well, basically I found it have a lot of information in there, and basically it provides a lot of information for yourself. If you start to fall back in your recovery, you can look at the notes and help you to regain your confidence and stuff like that. And also it has important contact information, because if you're out and about and you happen to fall ill, then that information is readily available. I have no problem in recommending it to other people. As I said, personally, I've got a lot of it out for myself. I really enjoyed participating in the program.
Just picking one example from it all was seeing somebody progress through the program who came in quite quiet, a mature age person who had lost a bit of hope that younger people were getting work above him. The health part of the program that sort of helped in the beginning really did clear up his lifestyle a lot and got him encouraged to think about work again. It was actually in our last lesson that he came to us in the morning and said he couldn't attend our last lesson because he was working, he did get a job. It was interesting that just before that we had actually studied a lot about what an employer would expect and what to expect of an employer, and I found that really was a step for him, because he had never really charted around or thought about how you work together, and it kind of humanised the working experience and it put thought to it. So he went to his job interviews, and in this particular one there was a lot of younger people going for the work, and he was so proud of himself that he said, look, they said to me, when interviewing anyone else, they're going to have me, because he'd become a bit of a real person again.
Success story.
He had that confidence again, he knew what he was doing.
My example is slightly different to that. The person in question, she did have volunteer work, which she found stressful, and was trying to maintain that volunteer work without falling unwell. Between the final of the session, from session 8 before the booster, and she came back to the booster and explained to us that she felt she was dipping into a period of illness. So she went to her health journal, looked up who her collaborative partners were, got in touch with a relative, was invited to go around and stay with that relative for a couple of weeks, and she says because of that she managed to avoid hospitalisation, which is a great outcome.
The most exciting example I can think of is this one young woman who came in and still had the concept of work that needed to be a 40-hour-a-week job. That's what the concept of, the only kind of goal she had in her mind was that 40-hour-a-week job. And when we discussed during the group what work is and highlighting that work doesn't have to be a 40-hour-a-week job, she kind of adjusted her goals and thought, I'm going to make a goal that's more manageable with her mental health issues.
Or volunteer work or anything like that.
Yeah, so she applied for a job in a bakery and she started using her coping mechanisms to deal with her anxiety at work. And when she came back to the booster session, she had really good news that she was maintaining that job.